Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hope all is well today. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day on today. This is You Learn Robert. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin 101 basics. Bitcoin 101 basics. I do need to let you know I'm not an investment advisor or giving you investment advice. Before you make any financial decisions, please make sure that you do your own due diligence and research. So, this information, I'm going live on today to talk about Bitcoin and what's going on. So, I know people have been looking at the Bitcoin uh, situation with the Bitcoin ETF, and I did a live on the other day, and people were asking just a couple questions about Bitcoin. And so, people asked me another question and some more lives. Pretty much to go live. So I wanted to go live and actually go ahead and talk about the basics of what Bitcoin is. So I'm going to check some things on my end, going to check my stream, and going to check everything on my end. So you're coming in for the first time. I want to welcome you in. I want to thank you for coming in, and I want you to hit the like button. Go ahead and share the stream out to something and someone that is can help. So, on today, what we're going to do is talk about the Bitcoin basics. Bitcoin basics. So, we're going to start from the beginning. What is Bitcoin? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What is Bitcoin? And we're going to go over the basics. So, if you're not familiar with crypto, it's going to help you out. And if you are familiar with crypto, this is going to help you out as well. Either way it goes, it's going to help you out no matter what. It's going to help you out no matter what. So, thank you for joining. And I appreciate each and every one of you, even the people who may watch this on the replay. So, what we're going to talk about today, what is Bitcoin, Bitcoin 101, and the basics of Bitcoin. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, a lot of people ask me a couple questions. I did a live on the other day, and the question was more people were asking about crypto because of the crypto ETF, the Bitcoin ETF. So, hey, official Jamia, I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. But a lot of people ask that question. If you haven't watched that live, recommend you looking at it because it has a lot of questions answered. But we're going to go over what Bitcoin is and the basics. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. The basics of what Bitcoin is. So we're going to go ahead and start. This is going to be a live that you can actually take notes on at your leisure. You can go back and watch because my personal opinion is Bitcoin and altcoins, for the most part, are here to stay. So, my personal opinion, as I always say, I'm not an investment advisor or giving you investment or financial advice. Please, before you make any financial decisions, do your own due diligence and research. I'm just here giving you information, and I want you to take this information. Classes in session. Okay. So, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is pretty much a financial tool as far as money. Think about it as a money source. So you have gold, you have your regular money. Let's see if I have money in my wallet. See if I have a dollar. Yeah, I got a dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar today. Hey, hey. Yeah. So Bitcoin is like this. Instead of carrying this, it's digital money. Pretty much it's digital money. Back in the days, they would have gold and silver and things of that nature. They would carry around gold and silver. And then in the 70s, one of our presidents, Nixon, came up with the gold standard. They took America off the gold standard, and we were no longer backed by gold. We were actually backed by the word as far as, hey, we're, sovereign. Back here, you can look back here. There's a dollar back here. If you see that, that actual dollar says you can turn it in. It's a Bitcoin, excuse me, it's a gold certificate. So you can actually turn it in for gold. So back in the days, you could actually turn in your money and it was backed by gold. What is Bitcoin is just another financial instrument. I'm giving you the basics. So welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm giving you the basics of what it is. So you have Bitcoin, and anything other than Bitcoin is considered an altcoin. So you have different altcoins like alternative. It means just alternative coins. So an altcoin is anything other than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first thing that came out, and then they created other things which are considered altcoins. But if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat by pressing 1. And if you can see me clearly, do me a favor and say I can see you clearly, or let me know in the chat. Want to make sure that you can hear me and see me clearly. That is very important. All right. So a lot of times what happens is we get so caught up. Thank you, Official Jamia. I appreciate that. And thank you for sharing out. And I understand as far as being in the bushes, I do. And the bush people, welcome in. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So now also, if you have any questions during this live, I will either answer the question in the live or do another video concerning your question. Once again, if you have any questions during this live, feel free to write it in the chat. I will either answer your question in the live or do a video concerning that live, depending on what the question is. And if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to make a comment of your question. I would either, as it pertaining to this, I would either make a video or particularly, well, if you're watching at the end, then you're going to have to actually, me do a video potentially. Okay. So you could get a video answer. That's one of the good things about being live. So nonetheless, what is a Bitcoin? We went over that. And what is an altcoin? Remember, altcoin is alternative coins, anything other than Bitcoin. Now, you're probably saying, Lauren Robert, why is this so important? Why are you doing this? Why should I even care about this? Well, one thing is we can go on just pure speculation, or we can actually go on pure, this is what it is and this is what it's not. Okay, we can go on speculation, or we can go on, yeah, this is what it is and this is what it's not. Okay, there's some things like Fisher Jamia, she does a lot of mukbangs and things of that nature. So we can say, hey, you can't cook, but the evidence is she can cook. You can see it on her channel. You can see her kids eating it. You can see TJ up there. TJ looking like, hey, can I get a bite? Just let me get a bite. If you don't know who TJ is, you need to go check Official Jamia out. You'll figure it out. But what I'm saying is, it is evident that she can cook based on the fact that people want her to cook again. When some people can't cook, ain't nobody want them to cook again. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want them to cook again. You know what I'm saying? And see, you see Official Jamia, she's laughing, so you know what the deal is. So if you couldn't cook, nobody would be like, hey, yo, dog, I'm over here, man. TJ be like, hey, psst, yo, just slide me something right here. I'm right here, man, right here. This right here. But one thing about it is we have to ask ourselves this question. We have to ask ourselves, if we're going to continue to go in our direction and not care about this, here's the thing. You see me breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. We ain't going there. But what I'm saying is, that's the song that came up in my head. But breathe in and breathing out. We know that there's oxygen, right? You can't see oxygen, right? So picture that in a sense. You can't see Bitcoin, but it's there. Okay. Think about Bitcoin like oxygen. You got to have it, in my opinion. Now, what I'm saying is this. We're going over Bitcoin basics, Bitcoin 101. So we're starting from the beginning. We're starting from the bottom. Now we're here. We're starting from the beginning, and we're going to go ahead and build this up, because there's a lot of people who will look at this on the replay. There are people going to share it out and get the basics. I'm here to help you. I know this information. I've been doing this as it relates to cryptocurrency. I've been watching cryptocurrency and studying things of that nature for a while. But I wanted to be sure that my community is a community that understands. And unfortunately, it's obvious, who I am. It's kind of obvious, unless you can't see it and you can only hear me. Just based on my voice, you can probably tell my ethnicity. And it's not about ethnicity. But one thing I notice is my culture, we do a lot of spending, we do a lot of bragging, we do a lot of buying. Yeah, I got the iPhone and I got the Android. I got both. I got the newest iPhone and I got the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Bye. I do, but I utilize those for the purposes of the stream. I utilize those for business purposes. So me personally, unlike other people, I utilize it for what it's worth. What's going on, Rooks? How you doing? Kicking it with the Rooks. Welcome in, welcome in. So I utilize it for the purposes of what it is, like kicking with the Rooks. Husband and wife team, family. They just got a new camera. I know what it is like to get a new camera, new equipment. You're like a candid and candy, so you're like, yeah. We about to cook up some work. We about to cook it up right now. We're going to chop it up and do it right. So kicking with the Rooks said, hey, Jamia. So once again, I know what it's like to get something new. But unfortunately, when it comes like the Rooks, they're using it for their YouTube channel. Okay. So they're going to use that new camera for their YouTube channel. All right. So here's the thing. A lot of times in our community, we do a lot of things and we don't understand why we do it. Case in point. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago, there was a statistic that came out and said in the African-American community, there was over $1 trillion being spent. Hey, Shanti, Official Jamia saying. So this is me repeating what she's saying in her words, how she would say it. So if you don't know Official Jamia, then it's all good. Go get to know Kicking with the Rooks and Official Jamia. Cool people. So what I'm saying is it was over $1 trillion spent. But yet, unfortunately, in our community, we don't have any assets saved. The one we posted isn't new, but we get the new one for Christmas. So it's still, and it doesn't matter. See, here's the thing. On my vision board, I wrote down I wanted a Canon T3i. That's the camera I wanted. I wanted the Canon T3i. I put it on my vision board for years. I wanted that camera. When I finally got a camera, it was the Canon T5i. It doesn't matter what camera you have. You're doing amazing footage with what you have, and even though it's not, the new one, but it is new. You know what I'm saying? It is new. It's new to some. But yeah. So I looked at something else and it showed that our community, and I use it as our community, has spent over $1.8 trillion. I don't think you heard me. We have spent 1.8 trillion. Yeah, 1.8 trillion. We would have spent $1.8 trillion a year. And here's the thing. We got our own house. We got our own, we can go and see, money, cars, clothes, money, cars, clothes. What? We can see that. That is a lot, that's a lot of, yeah. So a lot of money, but what do we have to show for it? I got the new shoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm the first person that got them out, you know what I'm saying? I got that swag, dog, you know what I'm saying? I got that swag. So you see me with the shoes. I know you see me on the video. You see me with the shoes. You see me with the clothes. You see me with the whip. Yo, you see, look, you learn, oh, you see his whip. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that Mercedes, boy, you see the inside of it? Oh, man. Oh, those lights come on the Mercedes, but you don't understand. You don't understand. See, a lot of people do stuff for clout. I'm not that guy. I don't do stuff for clout. Why? Because I remember walking. I'm walking. I remember walking, but not jamming like that. But here's what I'm saying. The whole point of me doing this is to help my community. Now, all the other communities got it. They already knew what the deal was. They was already in position to win. But we're the last people to understand what's going to happen. We're the last people to know because we concerned about, we concerned about the latest and greatest fashion. We concerned about the latest, watch, the latest phones. Yeah, man, I got both, but I ain't bragging. I utilize both for business purposes. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to have, I got an iPad. I got all these Apple products, but it's actually utilized for this channel. It's utilized for business purposes and other things I do. So if you're going to have something, utilize it for the purposes of what it's meant to be. But that's a whole nother subject for another day. That's a 10 question, educated natural. Whole, you go there and she'll break it down like a fraction. I'm gonna break it down to you like a fraction. She'll break it down to you like a fraction. But the whole point of me coming here is because I wanted to be sure that I doing my part. One thing I mentioned the other day is my grandmother would always ask me, "Hey, Robert, what have you learned?" That's why I call the channel You Learn with Robert. My grandmother would ask, "What have you learned?" And then she would say it in her own country swag, but, then I would have to tell her, what I've learned today. And she would listen and she would say this, this, and this. And then she would understand, oh, this is what it is. Okay. This is what it is. Okay. And then she would regurgitate it and say this, and this. Yes, ma'am. And then she'd be like, okay, now who did you tell today? Well, I told you. Now, who else did you tell today? And then she would talk to somebody else. Somebody would come from my grandmother's house. She was well known. Come to her house and she would talk about certain things, and I would see her talk about stuff to help uplift the community. See, our problem is, there's nothing wrong with the new shoes or the new phones or your new watch or the new car. There's nothing wrong with that stuff, but I'm talking about facts. I'm not talking about fiction. I'm talking about real life. This is the statistic. These are the numbers. $1.8 trillion was spent. And the numbers say that our community has least amount of savings. What's up, Sweet Thumb? What it do? Says that we have the least amount of savings. So the reason why I'm doing this, as I always say, I'm not an investor, investment advisor, giving investment right. What's up, Lola Lopez? I know who you is. Buddha, what's up? I already know who you were. I already knew. Hey, yeah. Right. To me, it's about exactly. It's about priorities. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with, wanting to, if you're married, making sure your spouse has something straight. If you got a boo thing, making sure your boo thing's straight. If you got kids, making sure your kids are straight, or your nieces and nephews, or your cousins. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Sweet Thumb from Kicking with the Rooks. There's nothing wrong with that. Welcome in. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, look, I want you to understand something. I'm gonna break it down like this, and I know we're talking about Bitcoin 101, and this all is gonna tie in. I'm a micro braid it, y'all. I'm a micro braid it. Hey, Lola from Kicking with the Rooks. I'm a micro braid this, y'all. I'm gonna be like those braiders, It'd be 5 of them braid y'all hair in about 4 hours. All your hair. What I'm saying? Sweet Thumb say, "What's up, Kicking with the Rooks and Buddha?" So Sweet Thumb saying, "Hey, official Jamia." So it's all going to be right. It's all going to be tight. It's going to be like the fresh cut at the barber. It's going to be like those micro braids. It's going to be like y'all's nails and pedicure, manicure. I'm telling you, it's all going to line up. I'm going somewhere. Get in the car with me. What I'm saying? We cruising. Okay. Just get in the car and cruise. Y'all in the back seat, just chilling. Hey, I appreciate you, Buddha and Trending. Appreciate y'all. And I appreciate everybody's in here. So, here's the thing. A lot of times we are the last people to figure it out. And with what I call the bag holders, meaning as we make a trend, they take our trend, and then we hold the bag for the trend, meaning they're making the money while we are holding the bag, meaning the assets. They call us liquid money. Okay. So we're holding the bag for what it is, and we're the last to know. Okay, here's the thing. I'll give you a perfect example. How many people ever been to college or school or ever seen anyone use a Western Union? If you've seen anybody use a Western Union, put one in the chat, or a MoneyGram. If you ever seen anybody use a Western Union or a MoneyGram, put it in the chat. Put me or put one in the chat. Hey, Sweet Thumb and Rooks. Buddha saying, hey, love. Good. Okay, I see you. Okay, Buddha. I'm reading. Okay, so you understand. Okay, so I see those ones coming in. Okay. We know that MoneyGram and Western Union, a lot of, the community utilize that service, right? So I'm seeing the ones, I'm seeing the ones, I'm seeing the ones, I'm seeing the ones, I'm seeing me. Okay, so a lot of the community using Buddha, how are you from Rook? So a lot of the community utilize those particular things. Did you know that Western Union has a crypto wallet? So here's the thing. If crypto wasn't something purposeful, why did Western Union have a crypto wallet about 3 or 4 years ago? Matter of fact, all right, if if crypto wasn't important, why did MoneyGram have a Western Union uh, situation about 2 or 3 years ago? I'm just asking. Kicking with the Rooks, Buddha, how are you from the Rooks? But why is that? Why did they put that in there? See, here's the thing. Once again, uh, had no clue. Exactly. We're the last people to know. I pay attention to everything. Buddha saying she okay, have a headache. I hope and pray that you are doing well, Buddha, and your headache goes away. But we're the last to know about these things. We're the last to know. We're the last to know. And we're the last to know because we're paying attention to what Money Mike said on the interview. You know what I'm saying? We're the last to know. And I'm going to talk about that as well, Buddha. I'm going to talk about that as well, okay? It's kind of like this. Now, I remember in my grandmother's house, oh, by the way, my grandmother passed, but her birthday is today. So I'm actually on live. Thank you all for being on here. It's like generally hard for me during this time, but welcome in, everyone. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you remember the time when we used to we can just walk to our grandma's house or walk to our family's house and just open the door and the door was never locked? Anybody remember that? Just say me or, let me know. I remember. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. But I remember, appreciate that, Official Mia. Appreciate that, Rooks. Appreciate that, Buddha. But I remember, appreciate you. I remember I used to be able to go to my grandma's house and just open the door. And family, just open the door. I mean, I'm like, Grandma, lock your door. Ain't nobody coming here. Grandma, lock the door. Go to my uncle's house and just open the door. And it would always be unlocked. So to answer your question, Buddha, exactly. The good old days. Exactly. You just pull up. You see somebody in the window. They know it's you. Hey, you just walk in your grandma's house. You're walking your cousin's house. It would be unlocked. Well, at one point, I didn't even have a house key because I was going to say that, Sweet Thumb. I was going to go down that road. Just hold that thought, Sweet Thumb. You right on where I'm going. Appreciate that. So, Buddha and everybody here, welcome in. So, here's the thing. There was one time we would keep our doors unlocked. Matter of fact, there was one time people would leave their keys in the ignition in the car, or leaving the visor in the car. I mean, I've seen family members do it. I never did that. I always locked my car. Protected by Vipers, stand back. Seriously, I always locked my car. But that, I used to know people who did that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So imagine, Buddha. Now we can't do that. Why? Because more people are not as honest as they used to be. So when it comes down to crypto, you have a way to secure your crypto. Okay. So that's really why the Bitcoin ETF is something that they were pushing, because they wanted, money, the money people, money plays, the money people wanted something to be secure. They didn't want to leave their doors unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You're right about that. How about we don't, Scotty? How about we don't? Yeah, so the money people wanted a way to keep that door locked. So what happens is the Bitcoin ETF and the 11 issuers so far, and there's going to be more on the list, but I did a short on those. Welcome in. But what happened, Buddha and everyone here, they wanted a way so people didn't have to worry about all that stuff. So, you still can do it. You still can get a drive, a thumb drive. And I was looking for my thumb drive. Now, this does not have crypto on it, but you still can put crypto on a thumb drive or something like a Ledger or Treasure, Ledger wallet or a Treasure wallet. And it's just a encrypted thumb drive. And, you have your own phrases and things of that nature. Now, the Ledger was hacked. That's what you're talking about. And other crypto platforms were hacked. But that's one of the reasons why they wanted the Bitcoin ETF, so that you can go on the stock market and say, hey, look, let me purchase this. Yeah, I know you're going to charge me a fee, but let me purchase this. So it's kind of like those situations. Now, my opinion is, sweet thumb. Exactly. So, okay. I know y'all don't see me right now, so give me a second. Give me a second. Trying to figure out what's going on. I clicked the button in here. Give me a second, y'all. I just went dark. I went dark. Y'all don't see me. Y'all don't see me. Y'all don't hear me. Give me a second. I don't know what I clicked, y'all, but I clicked something. And I am in StreamYard. That's weird. Very weird. If you can't see me, do me a favor. If you can see me, press 1. If you can't see me, nope, you can't see me. You can only hear me. That is very weird, y'all. We can hear you, but you can't see me. I'm gonna figure this out, but I'm gonna keep talking. I literally clicked the button and it went dark. It went ghost. Take my breath away. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I figured that out. I hit a button, y'all, and I'm trying to figure it out. So, anywho, listen to my voice. Listen to my voice while I'm figuring this out, okay? Listen to my voice while y'all figuring it out. So, anyway, what happened is a lot of times, turn cam off. Well, no, it's not. It's not my I see stop mic, stop cam, but I don't see a start cam. If I hit stop mic and stop cam, is it going to stop everything, Buddha? That's wow. Oh, yeah. On the left side, Buddha, it says I see exit studio layout. I see mute mic. In the upper right is 3 dots. It says stop mic, edit audio, edit name. Hit the cam. I don't see a cam. There's no camera. Oh, I see it. Oh, boom. Oh, I'm back. Robert's back again. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I have 2 screens, right? Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, press 1. I'm getting back on track. Y'all riding with me, and I took a turn down the wrong street. Y'all like, what are you doing? Oh Lord. So can y'all hear me and see me? Go Buddha. See, Buddha, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. We can hear and see me. Okay, great. I got myself a date. I might not be late. And it's going to be great. And it's all the weight. Yeah, so I'm sitting there driving. I just cut from the fast lane all the way off the highway. You're like, oh Lord, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? Yeah, we back in action now, y'all. We back in action. We back in action. I apologize. Yeah, so my phone, I'm looking at my phone as well. So here's the thing. Back in the days, we would keep our doors unlocked. Now we got to lock it. That's why they have. I'm getting back on the highway. We on the highway, y'all. Y'all rolling with me. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, y'all. Okay. Okay. Don't be scared. Still roll with me. So, we get back on the highway. We're back on. Okay. So now that's why they had the Bitcoin ETF, because the Bitcoin ETF. Oh, appreciate it. The Bitcoin ETF is saying, hey, look, you don't have to worry about protecting your crypto and your keys. So the key unlocks your door, right? You put a key in your door, or you put a fingerprint, or RTF card, or whatever your system is. But anyway, Let's imagine that this is a Treasure or Ledger wallet. You can actually put it on a thumb drive as well. Somebody put something on here. They have their keys written down or memorized. They can go ahead and access their crypto anywhere. Okay. Or they can have it on their phone or whatever the case may be. What the ETF is saying, hey, look, throw that away. We're going to take care of it. And if something happens, we're going to be responsible. Now, personally speaking, it doesn't, how many people got extra copies of your key to your house? I know I do. I know my mama got a key, my daddy got a key, you know what I'm saying? My brother got a key, my sister got a key, everybody got keys to the house just in case I'm out of town, hey, go check on the house. Everybody know about that, you know what I'm saying? You get a call. My grandma used to talk like this, y'all. She used to dip snuff. Baby, I need you to go check on my house. Make sure ain't nobody in there. She's talk like that with snuff in her mouth. Baby, I need you to make sure ain't nobody in there. So if my sister was in here right now, or my mom or daddy, they'd be laughing. Because my grandma used to talk like this. Anyway, so what happens is when it comes down to it, the key, the lock, is like an extra key to your ordeal. So we talked about what is Bitcoin. What is an altcoin? The altcoin is anything alternative to Bitcoin. The altcoin is anything that is not Bitcoin. That's considered alternate player. Like, so if you think about basketball, everybody knows LeBron and KD and Steph and all these other people, but the bench players or the third, fourth, and fifth people, most people don't know. So that's altcoins. Okay. Bitcoin is the main coin, the main thing they first started. Altcoins like Ethereum and different things. Okay. So we're talked about what Bitcoin is and what is altcoins. And by the way, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to write it in the chat, because now is the time to ask those questions, or after the live, feel free to write it. But now, we talked about earlier, we're talking about the situation as it relates to Bitcoin and altcoins, but we're also talking about, Sweet Thumb mentions PayPal. Okay. There are different ways that you can purchase crypto. All right. It's totally up to you. Now, it's kind of like having extra keys to your home. Personally speaking, you should, in my opinion, you should have multiple platforms just in case, just in case you should have multiple platforms for your crypto. So I like Robinhood. Buddha was talking about Robinhood earlier. Buddha, my recommendation for that is to call them. They have a 1-800 number. Call Robinhood and talk to them, and they should, point you in the right direction. Because answer your question that you had as it relates to Robinhood, I don't want to mislead you on that question. Okay. So it gave you 2 free stocks. You got Microsoft, but I didn't know the other one. And my mom said, that's my money in the air, etc. So what was the name of the other stock, Buddha, if you don't mind me asking? If I know you have Microsoft, that was a good stock. Wow, they gave you Microsoft as a free stock? Wow, that's good. I use Robinhood. Exactly. I use Robinhood as real, Rooks. I like Robinhood because it has a mixture of stocks and crypto. You have a mixture. Now, here's the difference. You got TD Ameritrade. You got, I didn't know what other to choose. Okay. Oh, okay. So they're letting you choose your free stocks now? I only kept Microsoft. Okay. Well, I'm going to be honest. You didn't do bad, in my opinion. I like Microsoft. I like Microsoft. But Robinhood allows you to invest in stocks, and it allows you to invest in some cryptos. Okay. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It allows you to invest in stocks and some cryptos. I like Robinhood. I use Robinhood. Also, they have crypto platforms like crypto.com. If crypto.com, Coinbase, a couple other platforms, Uphold, It's a lot more crypto platforms. So, depending on, hold on, I still got an offer to pick other. Lisa said in her video, but Apple is good. Apple is in red now. Okay, so let me say this. I don't know if you saw my video. For the people who are in the other live, I said the Bitcoin ETF. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. For the people who are in my other live, I said when the Bitcoin ETF dropped, I purchased some Bitcoin, but I said it will probably go down to 40 to about 42,000, maybe even 45. I said it probably a pullback between 40 and 42,000. The fun part about that is it pulled back to my strike prices and what I said. It didn't get to 40. It was like 41 and 42 and 43. So it got within the range that I thought. Okay. Yeah, it's down. Exactly. So it got to the range that I thought it was going to get to. And I knew it was going to do that. And this is more on an extreme term, but let me explain to you why I knew. Exactly. So let me explain to you why I knew it was going to go down. Now, this pertains to stocks as well. So what I'm saying about this, you can take it to the bank, but still do your own due diligence research. And I'm not an investment advisor giving you financial advice. Okay. So still take it to the bank though. But here's the thing. Generally speaking, they have a term called buy the rumor and sell the news. Okay. So people who knew that the Bitcoin ETF was coming out already knew. We've been talking about it. It was on hold. People were looking for it. So a lot of people bought in, and then when they approved it, they sold off. And the reason why they sold off is because they made their money within the time frame. 3 months ago, I did a video. I had a red hat on, and I'm going to keep talking about it. I had a red hat on with a red logo on my shirt. Red hat, white shirt, red logo. And I was in front of a gas station, and I saw that they sold Bitcoin. And I said, wow, they're selling Bitcoin. They must know something you don't know. I keep telling y'all. I literally said, I keep telling y'all, don't sleep on Bitcoin. Said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. But I'm not going to take my man Tory Brains stuff. But what I'm saying is, I already knew it was going to go up. Okay. So to answer your question, Buddha, you're talking about things are in red. I still purchase some things in red. I like red. Actually, red is my favorite color if y'all didn't know. But I like red, okay? Red is my friend, okay? So there is one thing you have to understand. And how much now to get Bitcoin? Well, here's the thing. If you have never invested in Bitcoin, okay, depending on the platform, you can buy $1 worth of Bitcoin, up to $5. You can buy any amount you want to. So Bitcoin at the time of this recording is right now $42,838.50. You can buy a whole Bitcoin if you want to, or, which most people do, they buy what's called Satoshis. Satoshis are slithers, pieces of Bitcoin. Okay, it's kind of like if you go to a pizza shop in New York, you can buy the whole pie or just a slice. You don't have to buy the whole thing. Exactly. I like it. Now, as long as it's Carolina blue, it can't be Duke blue. As long as it's Carolina blue rooks. Now, here's the thing. Me personally, I invest in long term. 5 to 10 years from now, okay? I don't say, oh, tomorrow I need this money. I don't say, oh, I'm going to need this money tomorrow. Let me go ahead and, I got to do this. No, because you're going to be in trouble, okay? But I read it only one like NVIDIA, but it's red. Okay, here's the thing. If it was Lisa J, oh yeah, Buddha, I know. If it was Lisa J, I know she talks a lot about ETFs. It's probably VTO, VOO. It's probably one of those ordeals as far as a Memphis Blue, True Blue. Hey, okay. I mean, hey, as long as it ain't Duke Blue, as long as it ain't Duke Blue like Duke Blue Devils, I'm good. As long as it ain't Duke Blue, we good. You know, as long as ain't no devilish blue. But to answer your question, Buddha, and give me a second because I'm pulling it up. I'm looking at my portfolio, and I'm not telling you should buy or sell this asset, Buddha. Okay, but I'm telling you, hey, Lisa J, I was literally just talking about you. Literally, I just mentioned the name. Say my name, say my name. You're acting kind of crazy. So, pretty much, hey, so probably it's probably the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, VOO, VTO, one of those. And what an ETF is a pool of funds. Hey, Sweet Thumb is saying hello. It's a pool of funds, Buddha. Hey, Joes, what's going on? What's going on? Aloha. So it's a pool of funds, Buddha. So it has, hey, Lisa and Joes. So our green, I'm going to just pick them free and Microsoft. I got a good feeling. Okay, hey, go with the flow if that's how you feel. Now, when it comes down to most ETFs, okay, most ETFs has a pool of funds. All right, the Vanguard fund actually matches. Joe saying hello. How's everybody doing? The Vanguard fund actually matches and trades kind of in the same realm of what's on the S&P 500. So what you have to do is look at what fund it is, and it'll tell you every single stock that fund holds. Okay, it'll tell you that. Now, my opinion is they're probably the first thing they wanted to do is approve the Bitcoin ETF. Okay, the second thing they're probably going to do is approve some type of ETF. That has altcoins. Sweet Thumb said earlier the altcoins on fire. Exactly. So you got to ask yourself this question. When you're building a cake, my grandmother used to make cakes, and I used to go in the kitchen with her. And the thing about my grandmother is this. One thing, she had one rule. And the one rule was you was not going in that kitchen. All right? You was not going in that kitchen while she was baking that cake. You wasn't going in there. If you went in that kitchen and you made that cake drop, I promise you, if you went in the kitchen and made that cake drop, it's going to be something to pay. Okay? Now, you have to look at it like this. If you are starting out, all right? Hi, Buddha from Joe's. If you are starting out, a baby don't get out of the womb. Ask Rook game. Their children didn't get out of the room and start running. She wasn't pregnant, had the child, and the child start taking off before the umbilical cord. No, the child was kicking, making, oh, that's so cute. Daddy and mom was crying, oh, the baby. Everybody, family members was in there. The family members in there crying. Everybody was crying, Mama, I love you. Everybody was in there crying. You know what I'm saying? And the baby over time started to grow. So anyone in here, Buddha, all right, anyone in here who's just starting out, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Now, watch this, Buddha. I'm about to take you at ease. Bitcoin. Yep. Oh, yeah. I want to make you at ease. And I know we're talking about Bitcoin, but just, I know both stocks and crypto, okay? I'm going to put you at ease. Anyone in here who has an Apple phone, if you have an Apple device, any type of Apple device, press 1 in the chat or say Apple. If you have an Android device, press 2 in the chat or say Android. If you got an Apple device, press 1 or say Apple. If you got an Android device, press 2 or say Android. Now watch this, Buddha. Watch this. We talking about Apple, okay? Just out of the 7 people that are here and the people who are participating, 1, 8, including me. Joe's, that's 2. Rook Game, 3. Filter Jamia, 4. Lisa J, 5. So 5 out of 7 people has Apple devices. So there's 2 people in here. I got both, but there's 2 people who didn't in here who don't have an Apple device, or they just didn't participate because they're in the bushes. And I understand if you're in the bushes, hey, bush people. So y'all, if y'all don't know, I always talk to the bush people as well. That's the people who are in the live. They may be at work. They may be chilling, listen to me, busting some suds, watching, you know what I'm saying? See, Apple work phone. Exactly. So 6. So the live, I got both. I had both. Yep, I got both as well. So the live, everybody in here is saying they got Apple. Now watch this, Buddha. This is how you're going to see what I'm talking about. If you have an Apple tablet as well, or iWatch as well, or Apple TV as well, or a MacBook Pro as well, press 2 in the chat. I'm giving you some market research. So here's the thing, Buddha. Here's the thing. Not only do I have the Apple device, not only do I have the iPad, my MacBook Pro's over there. I'm not going to get it right now. Okay. So I'm seeing 2. Okay. AirPods. Jamia got that. Oh, I got the AirPods too. They're in here somewhere. AirPods. You see what I'm saying? I got both as well, Sweet Thumb. I see 2. So here's the thing. People with Apple tend to have multiple transition products. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I love Samsung for its video quality and its picture quality. In my opinion, no matter what iPhone you have, my opinion, because I can tell you because I'm a technology person. I mean, I like technology. No matter what Apple device you have, in my opinion, your Apple device, because I got them all, as it relates to the new, latest and greatest, cannot beat my Samsung 24 Ultra. It cannot beat my Ultra. When I say it cannot beat it, it cannot beat it. It cannot. Those pictures and those videos are quality. No shade to Apple, but step your game up, please. Okay? All right? All right? Step your game up. All right? So, as it relates to the connectivity, the thing I like about my Apple devices is it's seamless. I'm talking about I can talk to my nieces. I got 3-year-old nieces, twin nieces. Lord Jesus, help me. Pray for me, y'all. Got 3-year-old twin nieces, and I can talk to them on, my iPad, my MacBook, phone. You already know, whatever they call it. I was going to say Skype, but whatever they call it, the service. I can talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk to them. Rook Game saying, step your game up, Apple. Like, now here's the thing. I like it because it's seamless. AirDrop. I can AirDrop. There's so many functionalities that I can do with Apple that I necessarily can't with my Samsung. That's what I have 2 devices. Now I use them both all the time. Okay. Now, what I'm saying to you, Buddha, is this, and anyone who's listening, I know this is about Bitcoin 101, and we're talking about stocks as well, but this is going to help you when you decide to make decisions and do your research, okay? People with Apple are going to stick to their core products. Good thing about Apple products is people could stop thinking so hard to do basic things. Exactly. LOL, have fun, all. They said it's similar, but Samsung just got one thing. Apple don't. I can't remember. Think it was something about the lens. Yeah. My opinion is when it comes to Microsoft, Microsoft has a dividend. Apple has a dividend. They both are dividend paying stocks. Okay. A dividend is a slice of the pie. It's like a piece, like a coupon. That's what a dividend is. And I know we're talking about Bitcoin. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We're talking about Bitcoin, but I want you to understand some of these things are similar. Okay. Now, you don't get a dividend when it comes to crypto, but we're going to go in depth just a little bit. We're going to climb the stairs. Okay. You know, you got to started from the bottom. Now we're here. We got to climb up. We can't just go to the top. We're going to rise to the top. Mamacita, please, señorita. Yeah, we got to climb to the top. Okay. So Apple has a dividend, and so does Microsoft. Now, here's the thing about Microsoft, in my opinion, since you asked the question. Okay. Microsoft, exactly. And Bitcoin is on Robinhood. So Apple has a dividend, but Apple also has the cloud services, right? Microsoft has the cloud. Apple has the cloud. There's a lot of things. Apple TV. I mean, it's a lot of things that you can say that they have. And personally speaking, with all this technology we have here, we don't, I was looking for my SD card. Where is it at? Oh, it's a flash drive. But with all the technology you have, remember back in the days, we used to put a micro SD card in the phone, and our phone used to you can take the little SD card out and put it in another phone. Now everything is cloud-based services. So just in cloud-based, exactly. And everybody who got Apple, I don't care how big your drive is. I don't care how many gigabytes you have with your Apple phone. You can get that pop-up and say, yes, you about to run out of some memory. Would you like the $1.99 cloud services? I got the highest one. It don't matter. It's going to pop up. It's a pop-up. Would you like hey, I'm over here. Hey, we're going to hit you for that cloud services, dog. Apple is a pimp when it comes to that. They slick with it. They say, hey, psst, hey, yo, Rooks. Hey, every time. Hey, yo, check it. That's Jamia. Hey, yo, dog. We're going to need to hit you with $1.99. And you pay it. Oh, appreciate it. And you pay it. I pay it. I'll be like, you know what? I got you, my boy. Don't even worry about it. That's only $2. You know what I'm saying? I think mine is $5.99, whatever the highest one is. That's what I bought. But what I'm saying is this. To ask yourself a question, you ask yourself, do you use that product? Now, if you have kids, see what your kids are talking about. You know what I'm saying? See what your kids is talking about. See what your kids are doing. See what the trends, exactly. That's what it is, $9.99. Exactly. Exactamundo. But for all my Apple lovers, secret lovers is what we have. So all my Apple lovers, check it. I got something for you. And all my Android lovers. This is a thumb drive. I did a video on this. This is, believe it or not, this is a terabyte thumb drive that I can put on the bottom of my Apple device and actually store memory, photos, and things of that nature. Okay. So I still utilize this, and this is for my Android phone as well. I got 2 of them. Okay. So this is why it's still in the pack. And I utilize them so that I can have, stuff in the thumb drive. I always keep memory. You know what I'm saying? These magic moments change my life. So we're going back to Bitcoin. Okay. So to answer your question, Buddha, yes, in my opinion, long term, those are heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? Those are heavy hitters. Period. Those are heavy hitters. I have one. I have to start. Exactly, Rooks. You put it in the Apple. You put it on the bottom, Buddha. It's like I have one. Okay. Buddha, you put it on the bottom. So let me take it out of the pack. So, I don't know if you can see this, but you see this part right here? That's the same charger my Apple device is charging right now. But look, same charger, Buddha. I got a video. And look, you see this? Thumb drive. You can put it in your computer after you finish. Boom. Sweet thumb. I still have a few zip drives somewhere. Exactly. Yeah, Buddha. It's pretty cool. I like it because, I like it how they do it right there. Yeah, I like it because, exactly. Apple, listen, here's the good thing. Oh, no, they're straight pimps. They are cat. And people like it too. They're like, you know what? They beat me down, but I like it here. You know what I'm saying? Apple it is what it is. It is what it is. So my opinion is you're going to be fine. It's kind of like this, Buddha. When it comes down to it, you have to see what are people doing. Like, I don't buy, I'm not going to say the name brand, but the person sticks out their tongue and they used to dunk the ball. I don't buy his shoes. I got my own brand. I mean, everyone likes their own brand. I got my own stuff. I ain't trying to be funny and I ain't trying to be cocky, but I'm gonna support myself because I know myself. So, I literally got my own slides, my own shoes. I don't rock nobody else's shoes. That's just me. I rock my own brand for a purpose and for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because this. But here's the thing, though. I'm gonna go ahead and say the stock. I personally buy Apple stock, and I know we're talking about Bitcoin. So anybody who's coming in here is like, what does this have to do with Bitcoin? I'm getting back on track. Y'all riding with me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you ride with family, they stop by the store, right? They pull over and stop by the store. Hey, dog, let me stop by the store real quick. They go get gas. Then they stop, talk to somebody. Yo, dog, I got to talk to somebody. And they make about 5 stops before they get to the cookout. We going to the cookout, y'all. But I'm going to make some stops along the way. It's okay, man. Just ride with me. Ride with me. I promise you. Do you want to ride? I don't chop it up and do it right. I don't do that, okay? But ride with me. So what I'm saying to you is this. When it comes down to it, you have to ask yourself, what is it? Now, I personally like Nike as well because I know I can guarantee you that 6 people in this chat, at least 5 people got a pair of Nikes. At least 5. Just like Apple, I guarantee you at least 5 people in this chat got a pair of Nikes. I don't wear my Nikes like that, but I got at least 8 pair of Nikes, at least. So you have to realize now when it comes back to Bitcoin, see, we back on the road again. You're on the road again. We're on the road, okay? We're going back to Bitcoin, okay? And here's the thing. If anyone's watching this on a replay or watching this now, if someone asks a question, why do we sing? Somebody asks a question. I have to, in my opinion, answer that question for that person. To the best of my ability, if I can't answer it, I'll make a video on it. It's kind of like if you're somewhere, in a class or in a setting and somebody's talking to you and you don't talk to them, you're going to be kind of like, man, this person ain't going to talk to me. I'm sitting there trying to talk to this person. Kind of rude, right? So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So going back to the Bitcoin moments, okay? I know we talked about stocks a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, something else is about to happen, okay? Okay. I'll make a video on that, Buddha. Sorry, I dropped my mouse. I'll make a video on that. But when it comes down to it, now that we got this ETF approved, okay? If you don't know what a Bitcoin ETF is, I did a video. It was like a swoop live. I did a live and I was on here for a minute, and I didn't know I was going to be on that long, but, I like talking. I like talking to people and I like helping people. So anyway, when it comes down to it, they have something called the Bitcoin halving. Okay. And what the halving is this. Okay. What the halving is the amount available supply of Bitcoin. All right. So you got so many supply that is out there, so much that they're paying, and then they're going to cut some of the supply and pay less to the miners of Bitcoin. So when it comes down to it, you got to ask yourself this question. You got to ask yourself, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. You got to ask yourself this question. Tamika, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? You got to ask yourself this question, okay? Let's just say I'm using this for an example, and I'm carrying this bottle of water out. Welcome in, everyone. Tamika saying hello. Buddha saying hello to Tamika. I'm using this as an example, okay? Tamika, Sweet Thumb said, what's up? So let's just say there's 8 people in here, right? Tamika Rooks saying hello. There's 8 people in here. Tamika, love by Lisa J. Bless you by Buddha. There's 8 people in here, right? If I had 10 bottles of water, y'all was at my house, and I had 10 bottles of water. There's 8 of us. That means we all can get some water, right? All of us get a bottle of water, and it's 2 left over, right? Now, let's say all 8 of y'all come to my house again, and there's only 4 bottles of water. Everybody thirsty. What do you think is going to happen to those 4 bottles of water? People are going to, say, hey, man, can I get some water? This, and this. The probability of people possibly fighting over that water probably might happen. I'm just saying if everybody's thirsty. Just use that for an example. And I don't condone fighting or anything like that unless you have to, but that's a whole nother subject. So when it comes down to Bitcoin, they have a supply that is bigger. And in April, they're cutting the supply. And it's going to keep every 4 years. I'd share as well. So exactly. Now, they're cutting the supply. Okay. So that means the supply is cut. So anyone learned in school, supply and demand, right? So the more of a product you have, the less probability of how much it costs, right? But the least amount of a product that you have, the actual more it potentially will cost, right? So the Bitcoin halving is something that's coming on as well. Now they are saying that Bitcoin could go to $1.5 million of Bitcoin by 2030. That's what the analysts are saying. I didn't say it. That's what the analysts are saying. My personal opinion, as I always say, I'm not an investment advisor giving investment advice. Anytime an analyst says something, I kind of cut that in the third or a half. So I think it can go anywhere between 150 to 500,000. That's my range. And generally speaking, share, but understand it eventually runs out. Exactly. Still listening. I understand. So when it comes down to it, the value of that, if I gave you, I'm a basketball player. I was the best basketball player there was, right? And I gave you my rookie card, right? And I gave you my rookie card and I signed it, right? I gave you my shoes and signed it. I done won 10 championships. Generally speaking, most of that stuff is going to go up in value, right? So you have to ask yourself this question when it comes to Bitcoin and the altcoins. Remember, altcoins is anything other than Bitcoin. You have to ask yourself this question. Are you going to go to the cookout and just watch everybody else fix food? You've been invited to the cookout. Everybody's been invited. Are you going to watch people cook? Watch everybody play games, spades, dominoes? Or are you going to actually get involved? Because if you've been following me for longer than a month, if you've been following me for 3 months, most of y'all probably seen that video. If you've been following me since I got on, really for a year, most of you seen it. Some people haven't, but here's the thing. And like I said, I'm talking about the community. A lot of times we're the last people to know about something. Do you know Coinstar? And I don't have any change. I always put it in a jar when I come to the house. But do you know Coinstar? Where you put your change in, you can actually trade that in for crypto. If you knew that, let me know. If you didn't know, say didn't know. Coinstar. There, you can put your change, shing, 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 all your coins, you know the thing, the Coinstar ordeal. You put all your change in there and then you hit a button You can change it. Oh, it's still in there. Oh, yeah. Sweet thumb. It's out there. You can put that change and turn it into crypto. Now, I want to ask you a question. If all these companies didn't believe in this ordeal, why would they offer that ability? I want to ask you another question. All right. We're talking about Bitcoin 101 here. If you have an electric car, it costs more to charge your car now. It does. If you don't have an electric car and you have, if you don't have an electric car, and I know, Sweet Thumb, you might want to go in there and, make it rain. Like, yeah, money on Coinstock. Yeah, Bitcoin. Yes. Well, welcome in. If you don't have an electric car and you have a gas car, guess what? It costs more to go to the pump. How many people know that? I know that. I travel a lot. I know that. Yeah. Hey, M&T, cooking and living. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So it costs more to travel, period. We just came from Christmas. Now let's compare last Christmas prices to this Christmas prices. Would you say it was more or less? It probably was more. Christmas dinner probably was more. I had 16 people at the house. And guess what I had to do? We all took turns cooking, but I think I paid $250 for one meal for 16, 18 people. $250. I'm just keeping it real. And that was lasagna, rolls, salad, potatoes, and some more sides. Now, back in the days, it probably cost about $100, $125. You see what I'm saying? So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to listen and not participate? Are you coming to the cookout and just sitting there watching? At the cookout, just watching, right? And you're just watching because I want to see. I want to see what's at the cookout. Oh, I want to see. So you want to see what's going on. But like I said, I did a short 3 months ago in front of a gas station accepting Bitcoin, allowing you to buy Bitcoin at a gas station. And Bitcoin was $28,000 then. And now, at the time of this recording, the price of Bitcoin is $42,000. So as we're waiting and seeing, we're the last people at the cookout when we were the first people that got there. Let's not be the people. Welcome in, everyone. Let's not be the people who are the last to come somewhere. They done told you about the cookout. The cookout was at 4. You didn't get there but to 8. And you're mad because the food gone. My brother says, just learning. I guess that's why I'm watching. Exactly. Exactly. And it's okay. Here's the thing. You at the cookout, but everybody else telling you about them ribs. Exactly. Exactamundo. Now, Sweet Thumb, I don't eat ribs anymore. However, Official Jamia, Rooks, M&T, cooking and living and cooking. They over there smoking them ribs. You know what I'm saying? They smoking them ribs. They slow cooking them bad boys. Sweet Thumb slow cooking them bad boys. You know what I'm saying? And we smelling them and just licking our lips like LL Cool J was back in the days. I always thought LL Cool J should, have some type of chapstick. I did. I was like, man, he would have made a lot of money, man. He He would have made a lot of money. LL Cool J. He licked his lips and then put some chapstick on. He made a lot of money, man. Y'all would have went out and bought it. And the dudes would have been hating, man. I ain't buying no LL Cool J chapstick. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Pause. And then they would have been over there. Yeah, let me get that LL Cool J chapstick. Yo, dog. Yeah, let me get that chapstick. You over there like, hold on. Looking silly. LL Cool J. LL Cool J. If you hear this, you should have. You still can do it, brother. Get you some chapstick, bro. And that's for you, man. That's for you. I'm telling you. That's for you. I'm telling you. That's for you. I'm telling you. You'll make a killing on that. I'm telling you. Nah, Buddha. That was actually perfectly timed. All jokes. When I mentioned him, I thought about chapstick. I said, "Oh, Cool J chapstick," and I just let me put some chapstick on my lips. He should have done the chapstick for men and the lip gloss for ladies. Yeah, that's true. You'd have made a killing on that. Straight up. Now, when it comes down to Bitcoin, we talked about the halving. Okay. Now, ask yourself this question. We talked about a lot of stuff. I talked to you about MoneyGram, Western Union. I talked to you about PayPal. I talked to you about Robinhood, Webull, TD Ameritrade, a lot of other apps, Crypto.com. What's the other one? Crypto.com and Coinbase. I talked to you about a lot of apps. Okay. I talked to you about a lot of places that are accepting crypto. Can I ask y'all a question? How many luxury car commercials have you seen in the past 5 years? How many luxury car commercials? I don't necessarily remember seeing a lot of them. Just commercial. I'm just saying, you see, no shade, but you see other car commercials, but I don't remember seeing like a Rolls Royce commercial or a Bentley commercial or a Ferrari commercial. I don't remember seeing any of them advertising. Welcome in. I don't remember seeing those commercials. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is this. Do you know that Ferrari is accepting crypto? I don't think you heard me. Do you Ferrari is starting to accept crypto. And if you knew what crypto they were accepting, you would be like, what? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Shiba Inu. Talking about altcoins, Sweet Thumb, it's right up your alley. Okay. Now, why am I mentioning Ferrari and the crypto they're accepting? If MoneyGram, Western Union, Ferrari, Tesla. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all jewels. You didn't know about Ferrari. See, I'm giving y'all jewels. I'm telling y'all, when it comes down to this, I know no shade. When it comes down to this, I want to make sure that y'all have the facts. And then you have all the tools you can use to fix your crypto cake. Okay? All the tools to make a good old pie. Whatever you decide to make. A good old stock pie. Whatever you decide to make a good old portfolio. You have the tools. Okay? Now, when it comes down to it, okay, what can crypto be used for? Crypto has different use cases. You have different use cases. Yeah, I know. Straight up. Look it up. I'm not even joking. Exactly. That's why I was like, well, say what? What? So they have different use cases when it comes down to it. And what I mean by use cases, remember, I talked about MoneyGram, Western Union. Those are financial vehicles, right? Yeah, financial vehicles. Shiba Inu, the one I just mentioned, that is a meme coin, which is like a silly coin, like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Those are what's called meme coins, which is like, supposed to be like jokes, you know what I'm saying? Supposed to be like a joke type situation, but a lot of people, want to be silly, so that's why they started as a joke, but the joke turned on other people because the joke made people millionaires. But that's a whole nother subject for another live. But they have different altcoins. You got financial, you got some crypto that is used for the cloud. You got gaming crypto tokens. So if anybody has kids and they play those Roblox games and all that, Roblox and all those games and things of that nature, they have cryptocurrency that are used for games and gaming. They have cryptocurrencies that are used for finances. They have cryptocurrency that's used just for cash. They have cryptocurrency that's used as a joke. It's used as a token. It's just used for different type of things, transactions. They got cryptocurrency that's used for transactions because of its speed. So there's all sorts of things. So imagine in a lay terms, imagine it like this, okay? If you're going to the beach, top down, and see your peeps. If you're going to the beach, right? You're driving to the beach. You're top down, and see your peeps. If you're going to the beach, right? And you're going to see your peeps. I'm being silly. But if you're going to the beach, would you drive a fire truck to the beach? Probably not. Probably not. Would you drive a dump truck with you and your family to the beach? Probably not. You're probably going to have a van of, some type of, sports car, SUV, or regular car. You know what I'm saying? You probably, you probably would have that, right? So think about things of that nature, okay? Now, what crypto uses is what's called the blockchain. And think about the blockchain as a highway of where the transactions were made. See, back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Back in the days, we would go to the bank. I know some people experienced this, and you would have a paper check, and you would go there with a paper check, and you would go to the teller, and if it was over a certain amount, they would tell you, hey, this amount, we're gonna have to hold this check for about 3 to 5 business days. Sometimes it's 5 to 7, 8 to 10, depending on how many resources you had. They had to hold your check. So you'd be like, well, can I put a little bit, give me 300 and put the rest, in my account. Anybody know about that? I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm just telling my age. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my age. But back in the days, they would hold people's checks. And then if you had a certain amount of assets, over time, they didn't hold my checks anymore. But what I'm saying to you is they would hold the check for a time. The thing about Bitcoin and certain transactions is, let's say if M&T Cooking and Living wanted to send and buy something from Sweet Thumb, right? And they sent them Bitcoin. They can send them Bitcoin and they can get there in less than 30 minutes, right? With some other currencies, it can get there quick, like less than 5 minutes, millisecond. So there's different use cases, all right? So think about the blockchain. It's called a blockchain, like the highway in which transactions are made. So it's a ledger. It's an open ledger where if I send Bitcoin or receive Bitcoin, or Buddha sends or receives Bitcoin, or M&T Living and Cooking, the Sweet Thumb, J3, anybody in here, Kicking with the Rooks, Sweet Thumb, anyone in here, Joves sends Bitcoin. It's a transaction. And it shows on the blockchain. It's transparent. Now, right now, your bank, if you bank with Chase, and I'm just using Chase for an example, so don't come for me. Don't come for me, y'all. Chase or, Wells Fargo or whatever the other banks are, or, whatever banks there are. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using those for an example, okay? You have what you have, and the block is the receipts to show it. Exactly. So I can't go to Chase and say, hey, I want to see what transactions y'all made today. They can be like, what are you talking about? You say you want to see what I did? If you don't get up out of here, together we break chains. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, I appreciate it. Welcome in. So you can't go to Chase and ask them what transactions. Hey, I want to see all the transactions y'all did for the day. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. You can't go to your local grocery store and say, "Hey, pull a ledger of all the transactions that you have today." I can actually go on the blockchain and look at all the transactions and the amount they were today. Okay, together, kicking with a rook, sweet thumb, saying hello. I can actually pull that up. So that's what the actual that's what that is. Okay, so when it comes down to that, with that being said, you have to ask yourself this question. Okay, since it's being transparent, it's out there, it's transparent. So somebody can't say, "Hey, dog, I sent you that $20 I owed you on the blockchain, dog. I promise you, dog, I sent it to you, bro. You ain't sent no money." Together we break change production. Say hello, beautiful people. You can't tell them you sent that money and not be able to see. Okay, where was it? When was it? It's gonna be able to tell on them. So that cousin who borrowed that $10 from you and they never gave it back, you're gonna be able to see it on the blockchain if they send it to certain places. Hey, dog, you lying. If you sent it to me, I should get it right now. Okay. So when it comes down to it, you have to ask yourself another question. This is Bitcoin 101. Okay. I'm not getting that deep. I'm throwing out some stuff, but I don't want to go over anyone's head. Okay. Now, when it comes down to it, ask yourself this question. We talked about crypto and we talked about stocks. People were asking questions about stocks. Okay. We talked about both, but what's the difference between a crypto and a stock? The difference between a crypto and a stock is the stock is on the stock market, New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, whatever the case may be, and it's bound by the terms and the time frames that those markets are open. Now, you do have different markets like Asian markets and things of that nature, different markets, Japanese markets, China markets that are open across the world, European markets that are open across the world. I never loan money because folks get temporary. Exactly. I don't know. I don't know what the money you're saying. As long as I never be broke, yo. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. You're right. So when it comes down to it, it has a defined time. Okay. Hey, together we rate change productions. Booty saying hello. It has a defined period. Okay. It's open in the US only a certain amount of time. It's open in the European market only a certain amount of time. In the Chinese market, a certain amount of time. Whatever markets, it's open. I thought that was a gift. Hey, dog, man, I thought you was just saying, hey, I appreciate you, brother. You're right, M&T and together. So what happens with stocks is it's a defined time. Now, here's the thing. Here's the cool thing about crypto. It never sleeps. It's always running. It's always open. It never sleeps. James Bond, tomorrow never. I'm not going to say the word because you already know how these platforms get. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So it always goes 24/7. When we go to sleep in the US, somebody in China is still able to buy. It does not sleep. If you wake up at 4:00 in the morning, you can purchase something for crypto. If you wake up at 1:00 in the morning, you can purchase something in crypto. Thank you, Trending. Welcome in, welcome in. If you purchase something, whatever time, if you purchase on the weekend, it's always on. Yeah, you're right, Rooks. They forget. Appreciate it. They always forget. Hey, Trending from Rooks. They always forget when it comes down to it. But here's the cool part about it. We talked about stocks versus crypto. Lottery versus crypto. Oh, boy. Kind of touched on that the last time, but here's the difference. The lotto ticket is the defined time. If I buy just a Powerball, it's that time. Hey, Rooks from Trending. It's that time. It's the defined time. It's only that time. Yes, that's the only time that ticket can be scratched. You can do a week. You can do all different options you can do with the lotto. However, the thing about the lotto is once you play that ticket and it don't hit, It's done. Once you scratch off the card, give me that quarter, man. Scratch it off. Once you scratch all this stuff up and look at it, man, it's a waste of $20. You done threw your $20 away. Think about Bitcoin or any altcoins. Altcoins, remember, is something alternative to Bitcoins. Anything about that is once you do those things, if it goes lower, guess what? You still have that unless you sell it. Hey, Trending Buddha saying hello. It goes lower. My uncle borrowed $1,000, and when he got his money, he said, I ain't giving it back. When I first got into crypto, people asked if it was gambling. Nope. And that's another thing we're going to touch on. So the thing about crypto versus the lottery is you still have a ticket. And what I mean by a ticket is, think about an open lottery ticket. It can go up or down, but you still have it. So if you put $20 in it, yeah, that $20 can go down, but it can go a lot up, right? It can go, I'm all the way up. Boom, boom. Nothing can stop us. We all the way up. It can go up. You know what I'm saying? That ticket can go up. So the amount that you purchase. Now, you have Bitcoin. And one Bitcoin at the time of this recording, it is the price. Hold on. And it fluctuates. I know I said the price earlier, but the price is $42,892.60 at the time of this recording. You can purchase. I need a real tip. Okay, put it in the chat together. So at the time of this recording, it's $42,892.60 at the time of this recording. Okay. Yes, you don't lose anything or gain anything unless you take a dollar value. Exactly. So at the time of this recording, it's $42,892.60 per coin. Now, yes, you can say, I want one Bitcoin. Let me spend that $42,892.60 to get that one Bitcoin. Or you can say, see the way my account is right now. You can say that and then say, okay, let me go ahead and pay $10 worth of Bitcoin, $5, $1 worth of Bitcoin, $2, $20, whatever your budget is. You can put that on Bitcoin or any altcoin. That's up to you. Okay. And it depends on the platform. Some platforms allow you to go. I've seen, you can put cents, like literally like 60 cents on certain crypto, but it depends on the platform. So when it comes down to it, you have to ask yourself this question. If I buy a lottery ticket and it don't hit, but you're not talking real, because the lotto, right? If I hit, I can win $1 million. See, you didn't tell the people that part. Okay, you're right. If you got struck by lightning potentially 3 times, that's your odds. You can get struck by lightning 3 times before you hit and win the lottery. That's the odds. So here's my thing. If the odds are a person could get struck by lightning 3 times before they win the lottery, if those are the odds, welcome in. If those are the odds, don't you think I would want better odds somewhere else on crypto? I'm not an investment advisor giving investment advice, but if I only play, and I got a video where I played the lotto. No shade to the lotto. If you're gambling, that's up to you. But I played the lotto and I recorded a video. I'm not telling you to go play the lotto. I'm not telling you to buy crypto. I'm not a financial advisor giving you a financial investment advice, but it's a short and you can watch it if that's what you so choose. Okay. Now, what about gold? Gold versus crypto. You didn't talk about that. You didn't talk about gold. Well, I didn't. Gold is a safe haven. And what I mean by a safe haven, generally speaking, when there's financial turmoil, people go to gold or bonds or something like that, but they go to gold as a safe haven to for their money. Now, personally speaking, um, I'm not telling you if you had $100, put all on crypto. I'm not saying that. You may want to purchase some gold or silver. You may want to purchase some stocks. You may want to purchase some crypto. Think about a cake. Generally speaking, a pound cake has multiple ingredients. It has eggs, it has cake flour, it has an vanilla extract, it has sugar, right? It has other ingredients. It has butter, right? It's just different ingredients to make that cake work. So when it comes down to it, it depends on how old you are, and it also depends on your tolerance. Some people will go to the amusement park, Universal, and they won't get on any fast rides because they get motion sickness. Some people only get, do the funnel cakes or walk around, taking picture with the characters. Everyone's horizon, everyone's old. Some people are older, some people are younger. So it all depends. You have to ask yourself that question. What is it that you're okay to lose? So what I do is I say, okay, look, I have a certain percentage. I'm going to put that to the side. And if I lose it, I lose it. I mean, I can tell you though, with doing your own research and due diligence, when you look at it, you're okay. And what I mean by okay, you can't just put all your money on Bitcoin and expect you to be okay. You can't just put all your money on one stock and say, oh, yes, yeah, he talked about Nike. Let me just put all my money on Nike and expect to be okay. Because remember, roller coaster goes up and down, right? It fluctuates. It goes up and down. Roller coasters have bumps and bruises. If you went on a Hulk, that thing says Hulk smash, boom, and it takes off, and you like, it, and you go up and then you go down and then you go twist around. There's a lot of things that happen on that ride. Okay, so that's why I said long term for me is the great thing. I started putting my snack change on it. Exactly. And that's another thing. I'm glad you said that, Sweet Thumb. I remember I was at this job and I budgeted. I said, how much am I spending on the vending machine? I was spending, now y'all don't, I was spending, and this was years ago, about $50 a week on the vending machine. That's $200 a month, $2,400 a year on just snacks. And I'm not telling y'all like certain people to say, don't go buy coffee and don't go buy tea and don't do this and don't. I ain't saying I'm not that person. What I'm saying to you is everybody in here is grown. You're grown. Everybody who watching me is grown. I looked at my analytics. I had some people under the age of 18 watching me, and then I didn't, and it's okay. All right. And I didn't, and it's okay. All right. And so it's 18 and above, and it showed me my different demographics. If you're 18, you pretty much have in 10 years, you're going to be 28, correct? If you're 28, you're going to be 38. If you're 38, you're going to be 48. If you're 48, you're going to be 58. So you got to look at in 10 years, where do you think the world is going? Welcome in, welcome in. You got to see where the world is going and where do you think you're going? You have to ask yourself this question. Is the price of everything going up? The prices are higher than Eddie Kane Jr. If you don't know how Eddie Kane Jr. is, days like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Yeah, the prices are higher than Eddie Kane Jr. now. I'm telling you, like, what I mean by that, there's a movie, and in the movie, there was a guy who could sing, and unfortunately, he, got addicted to something. We're not going to say what it was, and he started, acting different, and they kicked him, out of the group. And when they kicked him out of the group, he came to one of their concerts, and all the people that were screaming this particular artist's name, he walked in front of people, and the person who took his place, they were screaming that person's name. Now, Eddie Kane got it together, gave his life to Christ. You know what I'm saying? Did the right thing. Now, if you don't believe in Jesus, it's all good. You do you. But I'm just saying, this was the movie, okay? And he started to get back in the church, do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing like Spike Lee. Try to do the right thing. You're probably saying, what does this have to do with anything Bitcoin related? You lost me on this one. What I'm saying to you is this. You can either sit and wait and watch everybody else fix a good old plate, good old meal, or you can jump in and win. You can't be scared. Matter of fact, you know, a lot of people save their money in their account, and you should save your money. Hear me. You should have a savings plan. You should have at least start with $500 saved. Now, the statistics say people don't have at least $500 for emergency. That's what the statistics say. That's what the numbers say. Okay. Out of 10 people who were in here earlier, the numbers said at least 4 out of 6 did not have $1,000 for an emergency. That's what the numbers say. That's not what I say. Those are the statistics, and that's what it says. I'm not trying to say, hey, if you got this, do this. No, because that's your business. You should have at least, try to save $500, then go to $1,000, and then, try to, go up from there and save. However, here's the thing. I got $20. I got $1. I got $1. I got $1 today. Hey, a bing, wing, bing. Yeah, and it's okay. You got to start somewhere. Guess what? Pennies. People used to throw their pennies, and they're like, "You want these pennies?" I sure do. And they're like, "Why you, man? You taking all the pennies?" Yeah, pennies make dollars. Dollars make hundreds. Hundreds make thousands. Thousands make 10,000s. 10,000 make 100,000. 100,000 make millions. So I'll take your pennies if you don't want it. I'm okay with it. If you want to throw your brownies, just call them brownies. You want to throw your brownies away? Hey, that people just throw them out the window. Hey, throw them out the window. That's weird. But what I'm saying to you is, if you put money in the savings account, you should have some money saved. However, most people, when it comes to savings, don't get over 1% for their savings. Now, I'm going to look at something, okay? Now, I'm going to give you some takeaways from this live, okay? But I want to look at something. And I'm looking at Bitcoin's year-to-date chart. If you would have invested in Bitcoin, I'm looking at a 1-year chart. I'm sorry. If you would have invested in Bitcoin a year ago, this is January 13th, 2023, Bitcoin was $19,922.90. $19,922.90 a year ago. Now Bitcoin is $42,892.60 as of this recording. Okay. Now I can collect wheat pennies. Oh yeah. Well, I was joking about the couch, but I believe I emptied the jar. Oh yeah. It's all good. So Bitcoin was $19,922.90 on January 13th, 2023. Today is January 13th, 2024, and at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is $42,892.60. That's 115% increase. That's 115% increase. So I am 1,000% sure if when I said savings, if you didn't know how much you got as a savings rate, you have less than a percentage, a fraction, a third of a percentage, a quarter of a percentage of savings. I gave you 1% for this example so you can understand what I'm about to go and tell you. If you had a 1% savings, it'll take you 115 years to get that same rate of return. That's a lot. Now, generally, they say that inflation goes up 15%. 15% every year. Well, they say 14, 15. I really think it's 18% when you add gas and other things that they took out of the equation that they used to have in the equation growing up. Welcome in. If you take all those things, I think it's about 18%. So if you put money in the account, which you should have money, okay? You should have money. You should have money saved. But let's just not talk about your emergency fund. The, the money from there on. 1%. Potentially. Now, let's just say you invested in Bitcoin 5 years ago. January 19th, 2019, Bitcoin is $3,682.65. That is a 1,000% increase on your money. At 1%, it'll take you 1,000 years. So your 10 generations wouldn't even see that rate of return if you saved it. What I'm saying to you is this. We have to start looking at the rate of return long term. Okay? Now remember, it can go down. Bitcoin can go down. Any asset can go down. But here's the cool part about it. Okay? The cool part about it is when I see something go down that I'm watching, because remember, I talked to you about having a budget. Welcome in. I talked to you about having a budget. Let's talk about just an average of $100. That's 20. Welcome in. Welcome in. That's $25 a week. $25 a week. $100 a month. Right? Having a budget. If you can do more than that, or if you're not in that position and you can only do $40 a month, $10 a week, regardless of what it is, it might be $25 a month. You know what I'm saying? It might be $20 a month, whatever it is. It's all good, Rooks. It might be $20. Hey, we all have to start somewhere. I see what y'all fail to realize is I remember wanting some lights. And I shared this with some of y'all. And I wanted some lights. And this light right here. It's all good. I understand. This light right here, if you see this, see my face kind of, you see the light now. That light, when they first came out, was like $1,000. Now you can get them for like $200. But I was like, man, that's not something I could put money on right now. And I remember going to Home Depot or Lowe's. And I remember, God was like, look at that. That's all. Okay. So I saw some can lights. It's the little lights that they use in new construction. And you put a little light bulb in it. And I remember putting the light bulb and then getting some pipe. And with those pipes, pause on that, the little PEX pipe that you cut. And I remember taking that and making a light stand out of that and clipping it onto the light. It cost me about $25. And I remember taking pictures and videos, and it was just as good as the light that, I would wanted. But the only difference is that light, you can fry a steak on that thing, boy. If it was 20 degrees outside and you use it, you'll see the smoke from that light. If it was in your office or something and it was 50 degrees in your house, if you did a 10-minute video, it's going to get 80 degrees real quick. I had 2 of them, so it's going to get hot real quick. Those lights would get hot, okay? And I remember not being able, to utilize that. And I remember wanting a camera. And I remember getting certain cameras and all this stuff. So if you're in a position, if you're watching this, even on the replay, if you're in a position where you are going through financial situations, you're not always going to be there. But the best way to get out of the situation that you're in is to learn where you want to go, number one. And I appreciate you coming here for learning. And 2, do something different. I don't care if it's $1. Habits make successful actions. It's about habits. If it's just $1 a week, do just the habit of you doing something, just the repetition of you doing something. When I was running track, I would go to the track and run and run and run and then run around the neighborhood and then play basketball from sun up to sundown. And then when it came to the meet, it was on. Yeah, you was gonna get I was gonna eat your lunch. Yeah, yeah. It was gonna go down. It's going down. You was gonna see the back of my track cleats. Like seriously, because I was in shape. That's the difference. Are you getting in shape to go the distance? This ain't about no sprint. This is about a long distance run. Yeah, tomorrow we could wake up and Bitcoin could very well be 100,000. I doubt it. I think it's going to gradually step up. But here's the difference. If you're just watching it, watch me, I got it. If you're just watching, then guess what? You're going to be in trouble. You can't just watch something. Mom's a wise person. Rest in peace to your father. You have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter where it is. And you can't hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Buddha, can you hear me? If you can hear me, press 1. If you can hear me, press 1. If you can hear me, press 1. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm not sure. Okay, your headphones took over. Oh, you good. You're good, Rooks. I know how it is with the tube. Sometimes they get kind of gangster with it. No, you good. No, because I was on live one time. Somebody didn't tell me they could hear to 20 minutes into my live. I was just talking. Mama always said. Yeah, it's all good. You good. No, you good. Lean back. So it's about the repetition. Basketball. It's the repetition. You couldn't outshoot me. It was the repetition. You couldn't outrun me. It was the repetition. Seriously. I had a coach who played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I ate his lunch. People were scared. Oh, he used to play in the NBA. I don't care what he played for. I want to guard him. I ate his lunch. I was that dude. I wanted to play you. I don't care who you are. If Jordan walked in, if Pippen walked in, if Rodman walked in, if Lonely walked in, if Kukoc, I don't care who it was. I wanted to play the best. Why? Because I put myself around the best, and I didn't care who you was. I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is this. You have to have that same mindset of, I got to get out from where I am. However, if it's just $1 that you can use a week, it ain't where you're going to start. It's where you're going to finish. Because remember, you're talking to the same person who had to use the lights from Home Depot or Lowe's. The same person. So it ain't where you start, it's where you finish. But if you just sit there with your hands folded, and well, I see what he's talking about, but I'm gonna keep watching this person. I don't know if I trust this thing. I don't know if I trust it. Well, we didn't trust checks. They came out with checks. Your grandma had the money in her clutch. And if you don't know what the clutch is, I ain't going there on this live. Had it in a safe place. And grandma had the money in a safe place, right? And if you ask for grandma for some money, grandma would peel off you a couple dollars each. They would peel off a couple. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you? Grandma would peel off a couple dollars. Hey, Boss Life knows about that clutch. We ain't gonna say what it is. But back in the days, people used to keep the money in their clutch. Grandma would peel off some money. Boss Life Online, Buddha saying hello. Peel off the money and put it back in her clutch. Telling you, that's what used to happen back in the days. Now, guess what? We went from that to now they trust in banks. Then we went to banks to people having checks. So they had the checkbook. He was always behind the person who write the check What was that again? 1585. What's today's date? What's exactly Boss Life? Now I ain't gonna say what the clutch is, but hey, but what's today's date? Today's the 13th. Okay, 1/14/2024. If you know, you know. I ain't gonna go there. No, today's the 23rd. Oh, okay, yeah. Here you go. So they wrote a check, right? Sweet Thumb, Boss Life saying hello. So they wrote a check, right? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everyone who just came in. So they will write a check. Then we went from I'm not trusting the check to I ain't trusting them debit cards. It didn't have the logo. So you had to go, either you had a check or you had cash. You had to go to the front because they had the ATM and they charge you the mafia rates. No shade, don't come get me. But hey, it is what it is. They charge you the mafia rates. And you had to go to the front, take cash out to pay or use a check. Remember that? You had a debit card without a Visa or MasterCard logo. And then they had a Visa or MasterCard logo on the cards. People say, I ain't trusting that. And guess what? Hey, Gio from Kicking with the Rooks. I ain't trusting that. But guess what? You used it. Then they had credit cards. Oh, the Diners Club card. Remember back in the days they had the carbon copy and they shink, 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 shink with your card. If you know, you know. All of my seasoned people, we know about that. But anyway, they had that, right? And then they went from that to now I can go with my iPhone or Android and just tap it. Tap, 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 tap. I can just tap it. You know what I'm saying? Tap it. Relax, do it. Don't you just do it. Go to the gas station. Doop, 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 doop. Relax. Don't do it. And then they had that, right? Right? And they had that. It's all good. Rook Game saying hello. Kicking with the Rooks, Boss Life saying hello. So they had those, right? Now you can use your debit card with the tap. You can tap it with your debit card. Boop, boop, boop. You go to the gas station. Let me tap it. Oop, let me tap. So technology is going fast, right? But there's still people who say don't trust it. Okay, let me throw it back for the people in the back of the room. Remember, we had the old TVs. It was the flow model TVs. They had the wood on it, and then they had the tent. They had the knobs. You had to turn the knob like this a little bit, and you pulled the button out, and you had the tent, the color. I'm showing my age, and then you had the knobs that click, 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 click to change the channels. Click, 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 click. And then I ain't gonna wait. Some people had the little antenna. Some people had the antenna, but some people had the clothes hanger antenna. And then we had the VCR on top of that big old TV, the flow model TV, right? And people, I don't know about the VCR. And then they upgraded to the the DVD player. I don't know about the DVD player. And then they went from the DVD player to a Blu-ray player. I don't know about the Blu-ray player. And everybody have all those. You go to people's house and they had 1,000, DVDs, and they be like, oh man. You would sit back and you be like, oh man. You go to your cousin's house, man. Y'all got a lot of DVDs. I like this. And you'd be like, let me borrow your Ninja Turtles. All right. So you got the Ninja Turtles, and then they come to your house. Hey man, let me borrow that Home Alone. So they put the Home Alone out. And you had all those DVDs just sitting on the wall, and it was just a big old thing of DVDs. And everybody's like, yeah, you thought you was something having all those DVDs, right? Now you're trying to get rid of them. Because guess what? You got Redbox. Keeping up with the changes, people will adapt soon. Exactly. You got Redbox. You got Hulu and all these streaming services, right? You can stream through your phone everywhere you are, right? So we went to Bitcoin and we talked about Bitcoin, right? So this is something here's the thing. Let me help you to understand this, okay? There is no way Let me say this. I'm going to rephrase this. It may not ever be something of this magnitude happening in our generation again. Let that sink in. Let that marinate. You know how you massage, your chicken, you season it up and then you inject it and then you let it marinate overnight. I'm going to let this marinate, stew a little bit, but not overnight. But I'm going to let this stew a little bit. Welcome in, welcome in. There will probably never be something like this that happens in our lifetime again, because we're talking about technology. Technology is going so fast right now. So fast. Technology is going super fast right now. And if we're not careful, we're going to be in trouble. As I said earlier, we want to be for the culture, right? But the culture spends $1.8 trillion a year and has nothing to show for it. The culture, the only thing we have to show for it is those tennis shoes is dirty, that we're going to buy the next and greatest, and the same ones, just the different year. Going to buy the same shoes. Oh, I got to buy the shirt and the hat. I got to buy the suit. We're going to buy that. The women, are going to buy the purses and, the $500, $600, $700, $800 purses and the stilettos, red bottoms, looking all good, smelling good. Got to get the cologne. Got to get the perfume. The hair. The hair is oh man, my sister making a killing, y'all. And for the YouTube algorithm, my sister has her own salon, okay? And what I'm saying with the phrase I use, I'm saying she's doing really well in her salon. So what I'm saying is, all this stuff that we spend money on, ask yourself this question. How many times have we bought a $20 product? Exactly, Sweet Thumb. How many times have we bought a $20 product? Tay, what's up? How many times have we bought a $20 product? $19.99. We saw it. As seen on TV and blah, blah, blah. $20. It didn't work out the way we have it. And we still got it sitting in our living room or sitting in a box or sitting somewhere. Or we just gave it to somebody else. How many times have we went to a fast food place, which will remain nameless? That's not Chick-fil-A. But we went to a fast food place, got cold fries. We sitting in that long line. We got that burger that don't mold. We ate and we weren't fulfilled and we wasted money. We didn't think about that. It's always about, hey, Tay from Rooks. Hey, Tay from A. Tay Eats for Buddha. We didn't think about that. We didn't think about, welcome in everyone who just came in. We didn't think about that. We never thought about that. We never thought about it. Nah, we ain't going to think about it. We ain't going to think about it. We're not going to think about it. So how many times have we done that? Sweet Thumb, Buddha, Rooks from Tay Eats. How many times has it happened? I want you to ask yourself that question, y'all. We have we have been in a situation where we have all these things, right? We have all these things, right? And we haven't put resources into what really matters. Because here's the thing. If you live to see tomorrow, because we don't know when this hourglass is going to expire. We don't know. I can see this, and I can see the sand coming out, but we don't know when the hourglass is going to expire. We could live to see 155. Okay, we could live to see longer, right? But here's the problem. Why are we not putting money in things that really matters? I'll tell you why, because we can't see it. It's intangible. We can't eat it. We can't feel good when we touch it and feel it and talk on it
And girl, look at my hair, girl. Yeah, that's yak. That's silky number 9. That's silky number 7. Yeah, 8B, 7B. We can't see it. Yeah, this is Brazilian hair. You know, this is the real thing. We can't see it. We can't touch it. Hey, dog, you got that 5? And for you don't know, I'm talking about a actual game system. Okay, we can't play it. We can't drive in it. He looked real good in that Mercedes, don't he? We can't step out of it. It's intangible. That's why we don't do it. It's intangible. That's why the community spends $1.8 trillion a year, yet has the least savings of any other community. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's silky. Oh, yeah. That's silky. Oh, yeah. I told y'all. I told y'all that my sister has a salon. I know a little something about hair. I can spot a wig. I'm telling y'all, you can't fool me. But that's a whole nother subject for another time. I'm just going to drink some water on that. That's high quality H2O. But yeah, how many times have we spent money on stuff that really don't matter? We went to that spot, that wing spot, and they gave us those little old wings that look like this, look like somebody's nubs. And we like the little candy corn, the little wings. And we like this $12 wings and a little bit of fries. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw some silky on the ground the other. Exactly. Sweet dog. But how many times have we done that? But yet we have a lot of people out here talking about stuff we can do. A lot of people talking about businesses that we can start. You know, Boss Life talks about a lot of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We literally waste it. I don't want it. We throw it away. We do something else. You take the braids out your hair because they itch. The girl, I'm taking these braids out. And you was going to keep them for a month, and you took them out in a week, and then you got a new hairstyle. I'm stepping on somebody's toes here. How many times? But because it's intangible, because we can't touch it. Hold me, squeeze me, feel me, and caress me. We can't hold it tight and don't let go. So we don't use it. We don't use it. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You're doing a good job explaining it all. Thank you, Boss Life. But I don't know about that because we can't love on it. We can't. Because we can't do those things. We don't want it. Yet and still, all these stores that we go into are actually moving to it. Western Union, MoneyGram. Man, they even got Coinstar, the change place for your change. I can change. You can change. Do you have some change? They even got the change place. Couch change. The pillow cushions change. The car change. The change place even allows you to use crypto. The gas station doing it now. This right here, man, I'm trying to understand if all these places are accepting it. Miley Cyrus, she said at her concert that I'm going to accept crypto now. Her Eros tour. I did a short on that. Now, what we got to do is sit back and ask the questions. Someone asked the question, why do we sing? So we got to ask the question of why is everybody else doing this, but we're scared to do something. We're talking about billions of dollar corporations. We're talking about Ferrari. We're talking Bentleys and Hummers, little daddy. We about that. We're talking about Tesla. We're talking about these big corporations accepting crypto, but we over here, I don't know about that. We still scared. I ain't never scared. You singing Bone Crusher, but you scared. That's true. I can't tell you how many times I've changed my hairstyle, wasting money. But today, differently about investing for myself or home. But exactly. I wish I had rocked the. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. Let me explain something to y'all. The Mercedes y'all want, y'all can have mine. No shade. I like my Mercedes. But no shade. But you know how much it costs every time you take it to get serviced? Do you know how much it costs when you go to get premium gas? Do you know how much it costs every time you get an oil change? But I use my stuff for business, so I don't really, I'm not. Unfortunately, we live in a society of people who are materialistic. And unfortunately, when it comes down to it, we view people as they have or they have not based on what they drive. I don't care about materials like that. I really don't care. Seriously. Look into my eyes and tell me. I'm serious. I don't care about that stuff. Yes, my sister has Mercedes and complains about how much it costs to repair. Yeah. And here's the thing. I love it. I want some more of it. I like to drive it. It drives smooth, but here's what I'm telling you. Other cars I have drive smooth too. It just don't look as smooth. Just saying. Just don't look as nice. Just don't have the nice bells and whistles and all the hoop you could exactly. And it don't have all those the lights. I can light up the doors and all this other stuff. All that stuff looks great, but in the grand scheme of things, ask yourself this question: how much money did it make you? See, if I'm making a move, just know if I make a move, it's got to pay me to make that move. That's just me. It's got to pay me to make that move. I'm not making a move unless it's going to pay me. See, a lot of people think the opposite. Oh, they just get something, the latest and greatest phone, just to have it. I get it because that's what pays me to do it. Boss Life Online talks about a lot of home-based businesses and things of that nature. There's a lot of people in here that have things of that nature as well. You got to ask yourself this question. If not, when? If not, how? If not, why? Are we going to continue to make excuses? Are we going to continue? You know what they say excuses, right? You know what they say about excuses, right? Okay. You don't know, right? Excuses are tools of incompetence, right? They're tools of incompetence used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness. And those who use them seldom specialize in anything else. I'm going to repeat that. It's one of my favorite sayings. Going to school, went to a private school. We had to say this every day. And then we had to say, I watch my thoughts, they become my words. I watch my words, they become my actions. I watch my actions, they become my habits. I watch my habits, they become my character. I watch my character, it becomes my destiny. We had to say that every day, every morning before we started school. But listen, excuses are tools of incompetence used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness. And those who use them seldom will specialize in anything. So how many excuses are we making as to why we can't do something? You can't be like Alfalfa and Spanky. I got $1. I got $1. I got $1 today. Hey, hey, a boom, wing, bing, bing. You can't be like that. And I'm asking a question, no shade to nobody. Listen, what do I get out of you doing what's right for you? Remember I told you, why do I call it you learn? Because my grandmother would always ask me in a phrase, country phrase, we ain't gonna go there, but she would ask me, what did you learn today? So I'm asking you, what did you learn today? And on top of that, are you going to learn something? Because applied knowledge, knowledge is not power. It's just the applied knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. It's just the applied knowledge is power. So what we have to do is apply what we're learning and take it to the next step. I'm going to give some tools today. Some tools that you can use, some things that I use every day, and this should cost you nothing. Absolutely nothing. What is it? Some tools. Okay. Now, there are some things that I do and I actually utilize to watch crypto, and I have them. There's an app. Appreciate that, Rose. There's an app. Some apps. One of the apps is called Crypto Bubbles. Crypto Bubbles. If you look at that, Crypto Bubbles, there's an app that you can use on your phone. And let's see. I'm sure I have it on my iPhone, but I'm going to check real quick. No, I got on my Android, but I'm going to check just to be sure. So that my Apple users, won't get mad at me. Hey, I don't see it. I don't see it on here. But it's called Crypto Bubbles. And yes, it's on here. I just had to update it. Crypto Bubbles. That's an app that you can use. Cool part about it is it's simple. Like when you're driving a car, red light means go. Red light means stop. Sorry. Green light means go. All right. Red light means stop. Green light means go. And the reason why I said red light means go is because I do the opposite as it relates to crypto. See, we were taught that at a red light, you stop. And at a green light, you go, which I do that. Okay. Stop sign, you stop, which is red. Green light, you go. However, when it comes to like crypto, if I see green, that's good. But for me, when I see red, that's even better. So if I'm trying to buy something, I look at the price. What price is it? What price is it? I look at the daily price, the weekly price, and the monthly price. And I see what price it is and see if it's in that range. And if I see it in red, that means I'm going to buy some more if I want that in my portfolio. That's with stocks as well. That works with stocks. But remember, I'm not an investment advisor. Give me an investment advice. All right. So Crypto Bubbles. All right. That's one of the things that you can utilize to look up some things. Okay. Another tool that I use is called Coin Market Cap. I'm going to put it in the chat. Coin Market Cap. CoinMarketCap.com. You can view that on your Safari or Google or whatnot. CoinMarketCap. Welcome in, welcome in. CoinMarketCap is another tool. The thing about CoinMarketCap that I like is you're able to actually view some of the things in real time, crypto as well. Okay. So that's what I like about that. All right. So the two tools I gave you today is Crypto Bubbles, Coin Market Cap. All right. Those are tools that you can use. All right. Now remember, it's Bitcoin 101. I said a lot of information. I would suggest that you go back, review this information. Go back and review the information. And actually, you're welcome, Buddha. I would suggest you go back and review the information and listen to this information, because some things we talked about, I'm silly. So, of course, I was silly. I drove off the highway. I went to go get some snacks and things like that. So, some things, being silly. But none the least, a lot of times you have to be silly to keep people's attention. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. So that's what we talked about in Bitcoin 101. Now, if there's any questions, feel free to write it in the chat now. If anyone has any questions before I close,
And if you don't have any questions now, I'm going to put this in my crypto playlist. Okay. Always remember, I'm not an investment advisor or giving investment advice. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Like the video if you haven't already liked the video. Okay. After this video is over, if you had a question or something, feel free to write it in the comment section. Now, don't write nothing, weird, like I tickle feet at night or something silly. Don't do that, because I'll probably delete the comment. Okay. Don't say nothing weird about, nothing weird, because I probably would delete the comment. All right. Just letting you know. But if it's related to Bitcoin 101 or something related to Bitcoin that you would like me to talk about, feel free to do that. So can I buy crypto or Bitcoin for 20? Yes. You have Robinhood. That Robinhood app, yeah. You can buy Bitcoin, crypto, or stocks on the Robinhood app. Now, certain Bitcoin, generally a lot of stocks on Robinhood. There's some stocks that I don't think you would ever look for that you can't buy on Robinhood, but we're not going to go into that. But yes, you can buy crypto and Bitcoin on Robinhood. You can do that. That's the app that Buddha has. That. Dang, I was going to ask about the tickling feet. I will probably delete the comment. That's funny. But yeah, if you have a comment or question, feel free. And I appreciate each and every person. And right now, see, the thing about Bitcoin price, Buddha, is it fluctuates. Right now, at this time, it's $42,964.40. I'm sure it went up based on when we were talking, based on earlier. It has went up. Let me look at the time. Let's see. What's today? Let's see. I'm looking at the chart. At 3 o'clock, it was $42,843.90. According to the chart, it was $42,893.90. So it did go up. But remember, it fluctuates. Okay? Everything fluctuates. Now, if you looked at my last video and you were on the live, I did say Bitcoin would probably pull back between 40 to 42 or possibly 45. I already knew it was going to pull back based on the buy the rumor, sell the news. So, because of where it went, the high of Bitcoin in the last 7 days was $48,711, and it's actually even $48,711. That was January 11th at 3 p.m. The last 5 days, the high was of Bitcoin's $48,711. That was the high of Bitcoin. Okay. And right now it's $42,964.40. My personal opinion is down 8% over the last 5 days. I like buying things in the red. That's when I like to buy it, because it has room to grow. And even if I had to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, what I do is buy over time. Sweet Thumb saying I had some extra change and cash out when it was 16. I tossed it to Bitcoin. I used to show folks. Exactly. Yeah. Sweet Thumb, I'm not going to say my amount. I probably said it one time, but I ain't going to go there. I ain't going to say it again. I'm not going to say my amount again, but I will tell you, my dad, he was the one who told me that you can put Bitcoin and cash out. He said, hey, son, I was trying to get him to get Robinhood and Webull. He was like, crypto.com. He's like, I ain't doing all that. He said, I went to that Bitcoin thing, and they had it on there, and I clicked the button and I bought some Bitcoin. I just laughed. I laughed at my dad, and I laughed because it was funny. My dad was a person who, he was a team leader at his job. And I was a team leader at my job and a supervisor and all this stuff, but we ain't gonna go into all that. But anywho,
it's funny that he didn't want to use the computer. He didn't want to use the computer. He didn't want to use any technology back then. He couldn't stand technology. I had Android, and I would not upgrade to Apple because he got an Apple phone. And I remember we bought him for his birthday an Apple phone with an Apple Watch, and he had me set it up. Went to my grandma's house. He was like, "Hey, set this up." I said, "Dad, I don't got an Apple phone." He said, "Yeah, I know, but set that up." So I set everything up. I said, "Dad, you have Apple Care. So that means if you have any questions related to Apple, you need to call them. That's why we buy Apple Care." Didn't matter. Hey, Robert, how do I do this? Dad, I have an Android. You have Apple. You have Apple Care. But I knew what to do. But eventually he stopped calling me about those. And he said, "Yeah, I did this and I did my iPad and this. That. Anyway, now that he's seasoned in Apple products, I decided to get Apple, about 3 or 4 years ago, just because I don't have to answer 100 questions about something. He only wanted the flip phone when I got him. Exactly. See, my dad, back in the days, welcome in. My dad used to get all my old phones. You learn. I waited to revisit that baby analogy. ah, what baby analogy? Sweet thumb. But yeah, talking about a baby running. Okay. But my dad, I got you. Yep, I got you. Baby crawls, then the baby falls and get up and falls. But when it's walking, the baby also starts to run. Exactly. So yeah, earlier I was talking about a baby. I said a baby doesn't just come out of the womb and runs. A baby, first, crawls and, starts, wiggling, and then it starts crawling, and then it starts pulling up on stuff, and then it starts to walk. Ooh, look at their first steps. And then it starts to run. So anyone starting out now, okay? Anyone starting out now, if you're watching this on the replay or you're watching this now, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. It's not the amount, it's the habit. Once you start good habits, you'll continue to do it. Okay. I always say, because unfortunately these days we live in a world where people, oh, what do you learn? Robert said, I'm not an investment advisor or giving you financial advice. Before you make any financial decision, please make sure you do your own due diligence. Don't, invest your rent, mortgage, college fund, kids college fund, tuition, none of those type of things. Don't invest nothing you can't afford to lose. Okay. And do your own due diligence. But yeah, Buddha, my dad, oh yeah, I remember the Razor. My dad used to get my old phones, and I used to call myself like every single phone that was out, I pretty much had, because I used to like technology. So I was like, oh, I like this phone. No, I didn't like this about this phone. Let me get this one. And my mom and dad, and then my brother. It would go from my dad, then my mom, then my brother. Because my mom used to keep an upgraded phone. So my dad, my mom, then my brother. Dad, mom, then my brother. Generally speaking, my dad would get the phone because my mom already had an upgraded phone, then my brother. That's how it would go. And then my sister, if she didn't have an upgrade, but generally she kept an upgraded phone too. But people used to call me, hey man, you got an extra phone I can have? Yeah, I got one. Like seriously, I used to give people phones. They'd be like, how much I owe you? You don't owe me nothing. They were just sitting in the closet. Like I just like phones. I like technology, until I liked the phone, I kept it. If I saw something I liked, I bought it. It was just, a phase I went through. But once again, in that phase, we all go through phases, but did that phase make me money? And the answer is yes, because I used to work at a cell phone store. I was assistant manager at a Sprint store. So yeah, it made me money. And before I was assistant manager, I worked on a commission scale. And guess what? When people saw the newest phone, they would ask me about it and I would be knowledgeable because I had it. So yeah, once again, I'm not going to buy nothing unless it's going to make me money. That's just me. Everybody's different, but hey, as it relates to Bitcoin, remember, things fluctuate. If you look at this video a year from now, exactly, those HT phones did go hard.
If you look at this video a year from now, today is January 13th, 2024. If you look at this video a year from now, year before, Bitcoin was under 20,000. Now Bitcoin is 42, 43,000. A year from now, what do you think Bitcoin will go? Could be 60, could be 70, could be 80, could be 100. What do you think it would go? So based on the trend, it went from 20 to 40. So could it go from 40 to 60? Well, we already hit 60 as a high. So what about 80 to 100? In my opinion, Bitcoin range a year from now, probably it would be between 65 to 105. That's my range. Well, that's a big range, you learn, right? But it all depends on a lot of things. 65 to 105. But guess what? You're going to be able to go back in this video and say, he was right. Or if I was wrong, I'm sure people will put in the comment section, you learn Robert said this. But remember, not an investment advisor giving investment advice. If you liked and found value of this video, please like the video. If you found value, if I gave you any value, like the video. If I didn't give you any value, don't like the video. If I gave you value, share the video with somebody this can help. If you're not subscribed to the channel, come on, yo. You came to my house. You ate food at the cookout. I was, shaking and baking. I invited you in the crib. I let you ride with me. We rode together. Bad boys for life. Anyway, we ride together. But we was riding together. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't subscribed yet. I see my analytics. I know you see me on the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to give you some great value in this year. And I definitely gave you value last year. But any type thing related to this is actually will be in the crypto playlist. So look in that crypto playlist. And I even told y'all about the ribs, according to Sweet Thumb. But look in the crypto playlist. This video will be there. Anything crypto related will be there. If you have any stock related information, I'll talk about stocks as well. But this is Bitcoin 101, and we'll start another session later on. But once again, this is You Learn Robert. Hope to see you on the next side of greatness. Grandma, I love you. My grandma's passed, so I always talk to my grandmother. I love you, Grandma. Appreciate you. And yes, I did tell somebody about something I learned today. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll talk to you.